All right, YouTube. Today we're gonna I had a couple questions on the Fitech system I got on the Love, which is down there. Probably can't see it, but got it moved out of the basement. Now down there messing with it. Got a Fitech system on it. It's got a power adder. So I got a stage of nitrous. I don't have it all the way hooked up yet. Really working on the bugs. Need a rear end pretty bad. Really bad. 456 gears are killing me on the street. But today's video is gonna be about the software to tune it, because everybody keeps asking, and I'm gonna give it, I guess. Because when I bought this stuff, I had no idea either. So what you're gonna need is you self learn. You can do pretty much all the adjustments on the unit itself. Do a lot of adjustments on it, and it's self learning if you want to use that part of it, or you can do what I'm doing, letting it self-learn a little bit, and then adjusting the maps and going that way. Main thing is you gotta adjust the maps anyways for your timing, if you're gonna use timing control. But laptop, I got a little netbook. Got a good deal for my buddy, so it's the computer I use only. Only thing I use it for is this little cruising the internet when I'm working on something. But the Fitech system. That way you don't get viruses and junk on it all the time. But what we'll do is, been working on mine for the E85 conversion. Excuse me, but I've been messing with it, getting it somewhat right. It's still got a little stumble. It's a little complicated. So here's what we'll do for the video portion of it. I guess we'll put it up here in the top of the truck. And there's my truck setup. It's got mufflers on it, but noise canceling headphones work pretty good. There's the unit. Alright, so here's the handheld. We'll see if this thing's going to cooperate the whole entire time or not, but my battery's low. Don't know if this system killed it or something else. Not for sure. But here's your dashboard. Got the key on, so this is all coming off the ECU. I'll scroll through here so you guys can see what all readings they got. And that's it for that. Large gauges. You can go in here and turn up to 4 of these on. So do like air fuel ratio and coolant temp. Then you hit show. And it gives you this nice little display here. If we're going on the road and stuff, you'll be able to see a lot of things. Here's your EFI tuning, air fuel ratios, same stuff I showed you on the computer. That's that. And you adjust it, you just go right or left. Oh. Right or left. And hit the center end, it says send the ECU. Or you can hit send the ECU right here. So spark map. Same deal, you can just go left and right. I'll scroll through here so you guys can see it. Accelerator pump. This is where you adjust, if you have a hesitation, you can do a log and look at all that. Crank and warm up. Your prime shot, crank fuel when it's cold, after start, idle control, fuel cutoff, pretty much your rev limiter, timing control. That's how it's, that's your base timing right there, where I got the distributor locked in at, where it matches. You put 10 degrees in there and you got the timing light, and it shows 10 degrees in the timing light, synced up. So that's all for the calibration screen. Now I think that's factory. On most of them. Here's your initial setup. So engine setup. This is all I'll show you on the computer, or you'll see on the computer. You can do all this stuff on the computer too, but this is where you first enter your information in, like what you got, kind of hookup you got, idle speed, RPM, rev limit, what kind of cam you got. This is your ignition setup, what kind of distributor you got, fan setup, you want the fans on or off, enabled or disabled. It's fan 1, fan 2, because I got a power adder system, so it has 2 fan speeds. Now they're ground controlled, so you still have to run a relay with that. Then you can also reset learn, which clears everything out and restarts it all over. Data logging, go into here, you can do basic sensors, and it'll log all this stuff. And you just click this, and then you click log on, which is down here, and it will start logging. I'll click it. Data logger on, go down the road, all that stuff, hit it again, data logger off, and it saves the file in the computer. Same thing, this is data logging. So it'll log all that stuff. This is based on this screen here, was your fuel values, fuel calculations. I'll just scroll through these so you guys can pause it or whatever and see what actually is in here if you can use it. I usually just use basic sensors for right now because I really haven't learned what all of those stuff is. You hear that humming in the background? That's my blower motor. It does not have an off position. It's only low or high. This is all still in data logging. And product info. So that's all data logging. Now if you get if you get a power adder system or anything other than the cheap system, I think you get the Pro Tuning, EFI Pro Tuning. Now you can do a little bit of that in tuning in that other setting, but this is where you get a little bit more, a little bit better. You get a little bit different offerings. Rev limit, D-cut. So you can go in here and see your learn data. And you can reset. Now this is where you can go in here. I'm not for sure if you can do it with the cheaper version or not, but you can turn the learn off. Here's your injector stuff. Like I said, you get a lot more adjustability now with the Pro mode. Oh, had you off camera there for a little while. When you got display set up, you can change, all that stuff. You can make it where it comes on, hides, whatever. You can do a little bit with that. Really haven't done that. It's got fault codes. Fault code, I had the fan temperature and it wasn't sensing the fan. So now here's your read cal from ECU. That's your calibration. Here's your write. So if you want to save it, like the file you just got right now, you can come in here and you can save it. And then if you want to write it, you can. This is how many you can have in here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you got 9. This is as many as you can have on here, by the way. I haven't taken those other ones off because I just haven't wanted to. But you can take them off when you hook it to the laptop. It's just in a folder. But you can have 9 different tunes in here. Like I said, I got an E85 here tuning it now. I plan on having a 93 octane and maybe a race gas octane tune, because this is all timing controlled too. So you can be able to pull up to the pump. If they got E85, you can shove it in there If you only got 93, then you can load it up. It don't take long to load. So that's pretty much it. That's the whole entire system right there. Sorry if my camera action's bad, but trying to watch on the screen and do it this is kind of confusing. But that's how it works. I'll take this over to the computer now and we'll plug it up. You can just unplug it. So there's just these connectors right here. One's power and one's the communication. So now it's free. Turn this thing off. So back at the computer now, it came with the cable, but it's just a normal, it looks like a normal micro SD phone cable to USB, which is great because that means it's really handy. Easy to get a hold of if you break it. Plugs into the bottom of the unit, as you can see right there. It's tight as can be. Kind of have to not really worry about pushing it in. Look at the computer. So screen will fire up right here. So it says open USB mass storage or change the K-line adapter. Now the K-line adapter is when you want to do live data on. I have the computer hooked up to this thing to the display while the truck's running. You want to see live data, which I really haven't found real reason to, unless you got something weird going on. But so 90% of the time you just go storage mode. So put that to the side here. And once you have all your drivers loaded, which is kind of a pain in the butt to do, but once you get that going, it pops up, autoplay. Open it up, and it's just like a USB drive. So you got your cal files in here, and this is where you go in here and you can, I got another folder in that, just for mine, but you won't see the folder in there when it's on the display. But here's your files. All you do is drag and drop them. So you can have as many as you want saved there. It's just you'll only be able to see 9, and you can only have 9 in the first folder. You can have folders inside the folder, and it don't matter. So there's your cal file, cal info. Here's when you plug it up to that USB storage mode, like I was talking about the software, Fitech PC software. This is where you find it all. Your K-line drivers and your installer software. It's pretty straightforward. If you have any problems, they will help you. They're really good tech support. So here's your log files. Now, I've had some on here, but basic sensors, I got a bunch on here that I've been riding around. This is where they're all stored. And every time you do a different mode on that screen, it stores them, in different sections. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but you can only data log per section. So that's that part of it. So this is, here's your user manual. But everything's on. Once you go to USB storage mode, you pretty much can figure all this stuff out. It's not too bad. So let's say we want to do a calibration file. I want to see, not calibration file, but I want to see a log. So I usually go to chart, and then I got mine in my Fitech folder. Log files, we'll do basic sensors. So then it pops up with this. I don't think you guys can see that or not, but then you can pick up the 4 things you want to drag over to this side, and it'll do it. So like right there's RPM, there's map, air fuel ratio, and let's do timing. Spark advance. Hit OK. My phone It's always ringing all the time. So then here's your graph you got. You know, pretty much your stuff over here: RPM, map, air fuel ratio, spark advance, and then you can zoom in. Just click and drag over, and you can zoom in on a certain part. You can zoom in pretty good. Here's your timeline down here, of course. You know, and so you can. That's how it does data logging. Kind of basic, but it gets you where you need to go. It's better than nothing. Pretty straightforward, simple. So data logging, open up your Fitech software program, chart, load the file up, and then you can select what you want. You can only do 4 at a time. So that's how I've been looking at them. But that's pretty much it. I like the system. Can't complain. But that's pretty much going to be it, I guess. But here's the love. If anybody, I don't know if I have really showed too much of it. Like I said, the battery's dead, so I don't know why that happened. But we got a little bit of motor in that thing. Forged 383 stroker. Truck's not in bad shape. You know, they all need paint and body. It's not rusted out at all. I've had this thing since I was 15, so it's always fun. But thanks for watching. Hope it's informational for you. Stay tuned for some more videos. If you guys want to see any more videos, put in the comments below. More than likely to make a video of it. That's how this one started. Guy was asking this morning about the system, about the software, so here it is. Thanks for watching.